The chandelier right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is?
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the chandelier is part of
it's
it,
pretty
but
perfect.
the upper floor is not. This is all hand built.
Yeah, this is all hand built. I knew that. It could be a little evener.
Well,
honestly, my dimension sucks, but you know,
well, that's why we're not touring your dimension this time. We're touring my dimension.
From what I've done with it, you know, I mean, it's more than I've ever done, so you know, it's okay.
And with that, welcome back, guys.
Yeah,
Great.
welcome back again, Tim, Steven, Ryder here.
I never noticed the overhang on this.
I have. I think it looks pretty good.
I agree. It looks good. I never noticed it.
Yeah. I think the cutting board should have been made of wood.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's somebody else's perspective.
The townhome that I lived in a few years back, we had a tile cutting board.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of it. It beat my knives to hell.
See, that's what I would be afraid of.
It did. It bent, and I had some decent Hinkle knives, and it bent them pretty bad, actually. It rolled the edge pretty decently.
So,
but I agree. If we had like a wooden butcher block style look piece there instead,
right,
would make more sense.
I just recently went and bought a plastic cutting board because Mandy had a glass one, and no.
Yeah, the glass one's just as bad as the tile.
Yeah.
I know. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. I told her.
See, I'm old fashioned. I want the wood.
I'm not spending $40 on a wood one that I want.
Well,
40?
Not yet.
40? Oh no.
That's for a cheaper one, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
I was gonna say, if I'm buying a wooden if I'm buying a wooden one, I'm spending at least $100.
At least.
And see, I'm a poor white boy, so you know I can't afford $100 at the moment. No, I got the plastic one. Came with a knife. I mean, it's not a very sharp knife, but I mean it only cost me like $12.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say $5.99.
$5.99.
$5.99 at Walmart.
At Walmart.
I did get it at Walmart though. But it's better.
All right.
All right. So anyway, we're here.
We're here. This is our Guild Dimensions kitchen.
Again. Guild Dimension again. So we figured we'd change it up. Instead of starting on the front porch, we'd start in a different area. Nothing's changed here since we did the tour of the guild, the guild's dimension. We figured we'd start in a different area. But today, I get to do the introduction. Because today, we're going to I don't even think we visited your Faen's Retreat dimension at all.
Well, the last time, when we first started this, I was not into the doing anything with the dimensions. Nothing at all.
Yeah, you were a dimension spectator.
I enjoyed looking at it and seeing what people did, but I didn't have any clue as far as what to do and how to even, approach what I wanted to do. Since then, I have dabbled, and with the Faen's Retreat that I got with the loyalty stuff, I finally worked a little bit and did a little bit with it. Okay, not a little bit, a lot of it.
He's done a lot, yes.
Mainly because I had a bunch of fishing crap.
It started out being, I'm going to dump this here instead of putting it in my guild bank.
Dumping everything into it. And then about the time I got the fourth enormous log bridge, I was like, I really should do something with these.
So he did. And
since then, I have taken those log bridges out, though, because those are now being used in my dormant core.
Yeah, you're using them in your other build, yep.
With that, and that's going to be a long time coming on that. That's a lot of work that I'm putting into that, and I just don't have the time.
Well, eventually, it's going to be a work in progress, but we can show the progress as it goes. But we're not going to look at that one today. We're going to look at the one that he's satisfied with. And it's his Faen's Retreat. He's renamed it Steve's Retreat. So without further ado, I say we go ahead and bolt on in there.
Bloop.
Yep. Yep. And this time, we give you a loading screen.
Yes, I'm giving you a loading screen because I want you to have a loading screen because it's not that long.
Well, yeah, it's not that long. So here we are.
Okay, so I get to do a lot of talking today. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we're gonna be doing a lot of talking.
All right, so here we are. Spawn in, whatnot. What I did was basically build me a nice little platform here, patio. A lot of people have done. Put a little runner rug.
I've seen most of the people that do Faen's Retreat have something similar to this.
And initially, I'll be honest, I wasn't going to. I wasn't a big fan of it until I did it, and I'm like, that is actually kind of nice. I do like it.
Well, see, you took it a different route with the dwarven walls that have the fences on top of them.
Oh yeah.
And did the outline like that. I think that looks good.
Yeah, so what these are, like Tim was saying, they're dwarven walls with the fenced top, and all I did was I sunk, you could see here, I've sunken the wall down, so only the fence is really being used, because I wanted a chain link fence look. So it gives you the separation, but gives you the openness.
But see, it also on the outside here gives you a finished look underneath it.
Exactly, instead of it just being a floating pile of slab.
Right. It hides the edge of the slab.
Exactly.
Gives it a finished look. It makes it complete.
Exactly.
I really like this black rug though.
That was a last minute thing. I was like, I needed something to kind of draw you into the house, and I found that on the store, and I was like, it was like 2-3 credits or something.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. Yep. As you can see, I'm showing my UI for a little bit here. I'm only using 300 plus spots in this. This whole dimension does not have a whole lot in it. There's a lot of room, obviously, as you can see up around, whatnot. I'm just not using it.
No.
This is just... Yeah, it's just supposed to be a small little place.
A whole lot, It's just simplistic. But I say we go ahead and move.
Yep, I'm gonna get rid of the UI again for a little bit. Well, no, I'm gonna start out here, actually, on the patio. Okay. We're not gonna go inside yet. So we'll start here. Little barbecue grill, whatnot. Got a little roast going. I'm burning it, unfortunately. I like my meat, the blacker the better. So a little smoke action going. Take your rare bloody meat and get out of my face.
Yes.
I like my meat well done.
I'm the only one out of us three that likes rare.
I can't say I like well done, Tim, but
I'll be honest. Medium well is where I prefer it. A lot of times that's really hard to get to, so it's either well done or it's medium, and I'm okay really either of that. I'm not a big fan of rare at all.
Oh, see, yeah.
I don't like steak tartare. Sorry,
Okay, kind of off the subject here, but Tim likes raw hamburger meat.
I've eaten raw hamburger meat before.
Yes, you and someone else.
Anyway, with this, the walls, the posts here didn't really match up onto the corner, so gave it just a bit of a little tree there to kind of, add in. Little garden here, little plants.
It fits.
Yeah, just enough.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of a green look.
Yep.
What I really like is this over here. Some of this is different from the last time I remember.
Yeah, so I basically took and, terraformed it, gave me some grass, some ground cover, put up a couple of walls of, shrubbery. Little pond here, a little pool, just kind of reflect in as Ryder puts his muddy boots in it.
Wow.
Just be glad he's not dancing in it.
I know. Naked. A little well, couple of trees. These were out of grab bags. These are the lavender love trees or something.
Trees or something like that, yeah.
But, made a little wall back here, just kind of separated off and whatnot, and put them back here. They seemed to work. It seemed a little whimsical, little sanctuary. Borrowed Tim's idea of his stump pathway and kind of gave my spin on it.
Technically not borrowing it from me. Technically you're borrowing that from Licky.
As you could see, there's a little bits of pieces where I never really fully covered it, but I wanted some of the sand to kind of show through because there is a lot of sand here, and where isn't sand going to end up? It's like you
Right,
go to the
yeah, it's
beach,
like
you
it
end up
blown in
within your
here.
shorts.
Yep. Yep.
Got
I
my
like
fire
the fact that
pit.
she used one of the stumps there. That's
Yeah, that one. That was just an extra one. I was like, well, just leave it up. Got my little fire pit. Nice bonfire roaring. You know.
yep. With your table or not? Well, there are tables, but little end tables.
Yeah, a little seating.
Yeah, little seating area. Yeah, it's really cool.
My
Yeah,
telescope for when I want to check out the stars and whatnot when it is nighttime. Which
It
I
is.
love in here is during the day you can still see the stars.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
nice.
cool.
And that's
But,
about it out here. There's
yeah,
not a
that's
whole
it.
lot,
About
but
it.
it's very nice, kind of simple.
Yep.
The one thing I did do is back in the corner of this entryway, I've got some recessed lighting behind these bushes. Just kind of light it up a little bit when it's at night. Gives it a little
yeah,
more of a
okay.
glow.
Yeah.
That's what I was explaining to Di to actually do with some of her stuff to kind of help, make it pop a little bit, because with hers, when it becomes nighttime, you just don't see anything.
Yeah. That's something she's gonna have to work on. Yeah. But this is the inside of the house, and I really like the inside of this house.
Yeah, we've got start here. My wall safe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever saw that, Tim. That's
Yep,
kind of a
I did.
newer thing.
We've seen it. Yeah.
I
remember.
remember seeing it. Yep.
My little
'Cause
library.
It used to be like over here
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, right next to this.
No.
Huh?
Nope.
Oh, I thought it was.
Nope.
It was on this wall where the bookshelf is. I thought.
No, it wasn't anywhere.
Oh.
That was in a whole different dimension.
Oh,
That was
okay,
my
okay,
warden's
that's
point. I grabbed it and I was
that's
like, I'm going to put
right.
that behind the door here. And behind the other door is my broom because, I need to clean up every now and then. Got to get the sand cleaned up.
Right, you gotta sweep the dirt.
But, library, just using some bookshelves. Very simple.
Reading area. Nice balmy sized chair.
Mm-hmm.
Little end table with a couple books. Got my Muggo green Jello Kool-Aid thing. It's a Jello shot for Bommy. That bed's very sturdy. It's not even budging when you're jumping on it. It's extra firm.
Yes.
It's extra balmy proof.
It's extra Bommy proof. One of the things with the fire pit here, this was something I don't remember. I think you did it, and then I ended up tweaking what I did off of yours.
Yeah. And then I altered mine because I liked the idea.
But basically,
I think
kind of
overhang
a
there.
little roasting platform for baking
Yep.
stuff and whatnot.
Yep.
Just to give you an extra cooking shelf.
Mm-hmm.
My little dragon egg thing in the water. Seating
Okay, now what
area.
kind of house
Yeah,
is
your
this?
fish tank. This is a small shimmer sand house, but this is
Small
the one that
shimmer
comes with
Yeah.
the Fain's Retreat.
Fane's Retreat, this comes with it.
Okay.
This I can't move this house at
Right,
all.
Okay.
But yeah, bed. This is a
I just
little
like the whole
platform with a
fireplace
rug under it. Kind of give it a nice look. I'm not talking to you, Ryder.
He's sitting at your desk.
You're sitting in my chair.
Mm-hmm.
You're reading my war plans here.
Okay. We're a team. Remember that.
Well, it's still a plan. He hasn't actually formulated it yet.
Exactly.
See, now that's something new.
What?
We're collaborating.
The banners on the legs of the desk there.
Oh, you haven't seen that? Yeah, Di
No.
made a few of those because Di can make those, and she gave me those. And then there's this one here behind this bookshelf, this shelf
Oh,
here,
yeah,
not
yeah.
bookshelf, but dresser.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Those
And
are
I
cool.
like the fact that you got a little trash bin.
I was like, I need some sort of small little trash can beside the desk. It seemed to make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. It does. It works.
It's
We
the
all have
little
one.
touches that you find.
Hey, did you ever notice that there's bugs flying around? Uh-oh.
Let's hear, what was that?
Extinction awaits you. Uh-oh.
I'm not liking where Trion's going with this. Bugs flying around what?
The lamppost.
This one here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's little bugs flying around it.
I notice the moths at night. I don't see any right now.
I do.
I don't see anything.
I do.
Huh.
I did see the extinction await you, though.
Now, like this one that's outside the front door, at night there's a bunch of moths that fly around it.
Yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah.
Anyway, the other thing I didn't really point out is my little weapons on the wall, my whale of fishing rod.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I didn't
bomby
notice
sized
the
for
sight.
catching bomby sized fish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And then you have a
This
scythe
Bobby
above
eat
it.
big fish.
Well, that's
Then
for
he has a scythe
decapitating.
above it.
That's for decapitating those bomby sized fish.
Or if the occasional dragon comes along,
Right?
Right.
Once, what I'd like to do is also when I get to a point where the either I get it through the loyalty rewards or I find a couple cheap ones someplace else. I'd like to get a couple of those round tables with the maces and whatnot to put on up there as well. Like what you have in yours.
If you don't bother with level 60 chat today after that message.
Oh, I'm glad.
I just happened to glance
So
at.
let's see here.
Yeah.
We'll go around this way and then we'll go back to the other. So this little quarry, there was a bunch of rock pile here that just kind of really didn't seem out of place, with anything. So I'm a miner. I like to mine stuff in the game, and yeah,
It fits.
it fits. So I've got a little quarry, got a little pickaxe stuck in the rocks, got my little pickaxe, set up. Because that one I got kind of upset about. I don't think I can get that one back out.
He was mad when he hit that rock.
I mean, look at that. That thing's buried in there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I wasn't, 4 times bigger and green.
Oh yeah.
This used to lead up to where I had the log bridges.
Yeah.
What I
remember
did
that.
at one point was I had 2 of the enormous log bridges leading over directly across the way here, and had another huge maple bridge that I had that fell over and was on the trees over there and whatnot. But all
very
that's
nice one.
since been removed. It's been reappropriated to the dormant core where it looks better now and is getting more use. But I think I'll probably take these stairs out of there and then the little obelisk as well and move
Yeah.
that over because it really isn't
Well, I mean-
serving a purpose here now.
Well, unless you decide that there's something you want to do up there.
There's not really. I mean, there's a lot of room height-wise in this dimension.
Right.
The problem is really trying to build pathways to get around it.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to get up on the ledges of this place.
So down here is basically just my fishing pier, where I just sit here, kind of take in the trees and relax, and yeah, this is kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm glad that this place has got a little pond in it because it's pretty cool.
I wish you could actually fish in it, but
Well, I could wish you could fish in any dimension
yeah.
that had water.
But anyway, this is basically just a little crafting area of mine that I set up. Little armor rack, my blacksmith stand. I've got more of an anvil style look than what Tim has.
I just got a big black rock I beat stuff on.
Blacksmith
Rider's Head.
tools. This, where Tim has an actual open air furnace, I've got more of a blast
Okay.
furnace.
But yeah, a conduction or furnace.
Mine is mainly more for like tempering the metal and stuff like that, more so than his. One thing I do want to do is after seeing the way you did with the Ember Isle rock,
Yeah.
I'd like to. I'm probably going to end up doing something very similar in here as well with this.
Mm-hmm.
I might shift all of this over, take out this stump here,
Mm-hmm.
move it all over a little bit, and then put that furnace in beside it.
That'll work.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll shift this armor rack back or something, or just move it into the little hut here. And the hut's just literally that. It's just a little seating hut, a little food around.
Yeah.
Crates of
no
stuff,
place to sleep
furs.
or anything, but
Yeah, it's
it works.
just a workstation more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. little place to relax.
And honestly, that's about it. There's not a whole lot with this dimension.
No, but for the little that has been done, it looks good.
It is.
And like I said, I mean, for people who want to get into building a dimension, okay, here in the future, probably within the next week or two, we are working on a series where the three of us are going to individually do like a dimension tutorial where one of us is going to do one episode, cover certain subjects in that episode. We're all going to work in the same dimension, so you're going to get three people's perspective on what a dimension will look like if three people work on it at individual times.
I.e., it's going to look like crap by the time we're done with it.
I'm not thinking it's gonna. I mean, you're going to have three people.
Tim, be honest.
What?
We're letting Ryder work in this dimension. It's going to look like crap by the time we're done.
He's going to be on episode 3. To see, the thing is here's how it would work. I go in, I start doing it, show people how to manipulate and move.
Well, I thought,
just an example.
were we, yeah, I think initially, though, I thought we were talking about doing how to get your first dimension, things like that. Working through some of the quest line.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to start off that way.
And then my thought was, we obviously we still haven't figured this out, but I thought maybe the second episode would be going over a lot of the tools that they give you, things like that, how to manipulate objects, whatnot. And then
but I'm skipping ahead is what I'm doing, and it's going to end up being like a building with series. Once the basics are covered. On how to manipulate, how to make things, mesh together. Like, for instance, here in your dimension. Now, this deck out here, this platform that you built, is not one block.
No, this is, I think, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 5. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 blocks.
It's at 6, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was 5 or 6.
So, I mean, you got 6 blocks here that you have molded, you've shaped, spun, oriented, and placed so that they look smooth.
Well,
obviously, you can see there's no separation, but you can see the line where they join together.
Well, it's like the little roast here that's on the barbecue grill. That's 7 pieces by itself.
Right.
Just that little rack of meat.
So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of okay, now if you want this to look like this, you're going to have we're going to have to explain what the process is and making all of that look like that.
Yeah. That's
what I'm talking about. But then afterwards, once all the basics and everything are done in the tutorial, it turns into a building with where you will see us, and yes, we're going to either use Warden's Point, or I don't remember what the Guardian one is called, but it's a Warden's Point type dimension, very small.
Yeah, it's not big.
And I'm sorry for the clicking. That was the wire from the mic hitting the microphone. Now it's a very small dimension, doesn't get very big. We are not going to be spending a lot of money on getting this dimension built. It is just what it is. It's going to be a tutorial dimension, and we're going to show you what it'll look like if you want it to look really good. And of course, everything that you do, people, is subject to your own imagination.
Yeah, I mean,
it's visualized.
to give a little bit of, here, let me pull up my UI here as the extinction awaits me.
Right.
To give you an idea. Now this is you see my fire pit here. And it looks like a little pit here. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna show you what this is right now.
Hold on to your butts.
This is a cage that all I'm doing is using the top of it as a grate to set everything on. So by burying literally everything of it except for the portion that looks like legs and the grate. Bring it back up, and we leave it right there.
Yep, there you go. So, yeah, so there's your effect on getting that. So, it's a lot of, I want this to look like this. What is there, what in here in the game has something that looks close to what I want this to look like?
Yeah, it's not going to look exact, like
No.
like the barbecue grill here. The barbecue grill is the bottom of a stasis tube.
Yep.
Or not a what is that? It's not a stasis
It's
tube.
the
It's
test
what we
tube
use.
built-
It's what we used for our thing. Our
or scientist pillar or
Yeah.
something like that. I can't remember.
but it's
exactly.
literally the bottom of it. It just happened to have the grate, the grating effect that makes it look like a barbecue grill.
Mhm.
So I mean, this is what we're going to be going through, is a lot of these, and I look forward to it.
It's going to be fun.
And I'd like to pose this to anybody that wants to leave a comment. You know, put a comment on this video, whatnot. Give us some ideas on this. I would like to pose a spending limit of maybe 50 credits on this, tops.
Ooh.
Really?
On Warden's Point?
On Warden's Point.
Now, is that per person?
Per person. 50 credits max that you can spend.
Okay, post your comments. Like I said, we do read the comments. I check them at least every other day.
Me, it's about once a week when I get to
once a
them,
week.
or unless Tim tells me that there's a new one on there.
Right, or if it's something that's important that he needs to read. But yeah, leave your comments. Give us a spending limit. Let's be realistic. I mean, don't put us below anything that's feasible to do. Because if you tell us if we're limited to 10 credits per person, I'm going to tell you to go to hell. There is no way you can do a dimension with 10 credits.
No. 30. I think 30 would be about
The
minimum.
30 should be the minimum.
But that's why I said 50. I was like 35. No, let's give a 15 credit buffer. So that's why I came up with 50, literally right off the top of my head. But it sounds about right. 50 per person, so it's 150 credits total spent for a dimension. Which means you're going to be spending a lot of stuff. You know, if you're buying stuff, it's going to be, 1 and 2 credit items. Right. What can we make to make it look good with 1 to 2 credit items, basically?
1 to 2, maybe splurge and buy something for 4
or 5. It's like, oh wow, there goes most of our.
I propose that anything bought for the dimension is done in the recording.
I agree. It needs to be. Yeah. Everything needs to be documented. Now,
everything needs to be documented.
Yeah. Obviously, when somebody is doing their stuff, this is where we're going to have to, start looking at, Tim and Ryder actually doing their own recordings, kind of solo, without me being here to record for them.
No.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Eventually, I might buy fraps. Eventually.
Well, you got really robotic.
Yeah, you kind of did. What? So you needing me there to record, Tim?
No.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No. No, I'll be able to do. I can do a recording for Rift. It's actually going to be easier to do than Minecraft.
Well, but I mean, if you keep it to about 10 minutes, you could actually use the in-game recorder.
No, I won't be using that. I'll be using my recording program, but like I said, don't look for this something to be done. Like end of this week or end of next week.
No, this is something we're still working out the details on. We'll probably be starting it closer to the end of next month.
Right. This is a series that's going to be. We're putting a lot into this. We're going to be putting a lot of ourselves into this. So this is something that's going to take some time to do. Like I said, the first few episodes are going to be all tutorial. How do I move things? What are the controls? What can I do? What can't I do? That kind of thing. And then after that, now the spending limit is not going to cover anything used for the tutorial. The spending limit is going to be for the build.
Tutorial-wise, though, they give you a couple of items when you... At least I remember when we went through this on the Defiance side of this. You do end up with like 3 or 4 items when you get the dimension. You've got you know, you first go in, it gives you a jar, you know, a vase to put down, and you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
when you do all that. So I mean, you get up with like 3 or 4 items by the time you get done with that.
Yep. But I'd say that's going to be it for today, people. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think our spending limit should be for that dimension. You can either leave us a total for all 3 of us or an individual total. So leave your comments in the comments section below, and if you liked it, give us a like. Subscribe if you feel like it. It really helps us out. And really, it's just if you're not a subscriber, it's 1 click. If you want to like it, it's another click. And guess what? Both buttons are right next to each other. It's not that hard, people. Give us a you know, subscribe and like if you feel like it. But you know, until next time, Ryder.
I got nothing, dude.
Oh.
As always.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you.
See ya.